Hi there, YouTube. Well, this weekend I was able to go to a coin show for the first time since, I think last year. And I've got a handful of finds to show you right after this. So this weekend I was able to go to the Polk County coin show in Rick Real, Oregon. So I think it's the first coin show that's happened in Oregon since March when the Springfield show went on. Rick Real is, Polk County is usually a pretty small show, so, where you're having less than 100 people in the room, it was allowed. And it was nice to get out to a show for once. You had to wear your mask inside, and they had hand sanitizer at every table. And yeah, it was a pretty nice show. Probably about 12 to 14 dealers, each with a couple of tables. So it was just a nice, well spread out assortment of dealers and stuff to see. It's nice to have shows that are going to actually happen, because a lot of things, the Salem show that was coming up was canceled. The big Portland show, which normally happens towards the end of October here or early November, and that one's one that I'm really involved in. We had to cancel that earlier this year. There's just no way, with the restrictions on the number of people, we actually would have had too many dealers in the room to even have a customer come in. So, we'd have to really cut back. And then who do you cut back? And do you keep a count of who's in the room and let people stand outside? There's just no way you can run a large show right now. So these small shows, though, should happen. And I know that there's been some in the Midwest, and I've seen other people talk about them, but that was the first one in Oregon, so it was fun to get to go. From my pandemic wish list, I did look at a couple of different seated dollars, but in the end, I decided not to drop the money on one right now. There was one there that I liked. I would have had to have written the guy a check. I didn't really know that dealer, so, it would have been me finding another dealer that kind of vouched for me and writing them a check. It was probably not the right time to buy one. So I'll look later. There's supposed to be another show the first week of November coming up here, and that one's going to be a little closer to home. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to find one of those to get it off my pandemic list. But, even in, a lower grade, a seated dollar is still a fairly expensive coin, to me at least. I think the one I was looking at was $295. I didn't really press on that price, but yeah. And then I did look at some other coins, a couple little Lewis and Clark gold coins. Those were a little more expensive than that dollar, and it's not really what I collect, but they would have been nice to have. And I think might make a collection of Lewis and Clark items at some point. So, but what I did buy was a few tokens here. So I got this Dinty Moore token from Eugene. So I believe that this guy was actually a bicycle repairman and salesman. But most of the time when you see Dinty Moore, it's a restaurant. And yes, there is the beef stew, Dinty Moore's, but Dinty Moore was actually a cartoon character from a comic strip called Bringing Up Father back in the early 1900s. And he was the bartender, restaurateur of an Irish pub where you could get your corned beef and cabbage. And there were actually many Dinty Moore restaurants around the country in that time period. So I like to pick those up when I see them, especially local. I also got this Longshoreman's Lunch. And for my fast food collection, this Dairy Queen token. It's good for a Sunday. Might still be good for a Sunday. I might just go cash it in. And then I bought a handful of these little adult-oriented tokens. And then one just regular, this is a Pacific Coin and Vending, just for, it's a local arcade token. I'm going to do a video on arcade tokens soon. And this one, which I got from eBay recently, might fit. So it was advertised as a adult token, Playpen Movies, but on the back it says Playpen Adult Arcade Games, or Playpen Arcade Games. So I'm not really sold on the idea this is an adult token. I think it's probably just a arcade at a movie theater. If anyone knows anything about this, let me know in the comments. And then another fast food token I picked up, this Wendy's token, Wendy's Game Zone, but it's actually from the country of Georgia. You can see the Georgian writing around the the rim here. I don't think I have a token from Georgia, so that was pretty interesting. And then I bought these off of, not on eBay, I should say. Just a couple different Portland tokens, and then one from Whiteson, Oregon, and one from Holton, Oregon. And then a handful of card rooms, Slim's card room, Suber and Cochran, Henry's card room. And this one is a beautiful token, by the way. It's got lots of mint luster. Never seen a token this nice, really. And the Alaska card room. So these have been my, items I've bought recently here in the last 3 or so weeks, and from that show. Like I said, it was nice to get out to a show. I know there's been some in the Midwest, but that was the first local one for me, so I ran down to it. Didn't pick up anything big, but you gotta start somewhere. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and if you would please think about subscribing, I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching.